Hello, dear explorers. Nice to meet you again. In case you are again visiting my site and you already saw some of my videos, nice to see you for the first time. In case you are here exploring the content for the first time. Today, I'm going to talk about two subjects, as the title says 50-50, about Jinky 50 in one part of the video and about the cusps. What does it mean to be born on a cusp? Is that concept even real or not? And you will see why I chose to talk about this concept now. So let's explore the energy of the gene key 50 first, at least what felt interesting for me, even if I don't have this gene key active. And I think it's the first video I make about the gene key that's not active in my profile. Usually I prefer to talk about the ones I felt very active in my profile and my life. But it was very interesting that this gene key called me. So I said, okay, let me listen, let me see why this gene key calls me, and let me explore more. And in case you haven't, I really invite you to explore the gene keys and on the website, on the official website, there are some very nice audio contemplations you can purchase and you can listen. They are very, very nice. And for people that are auditory as I am, the information might settle very interesting. You will have the link below in the description for that. So what I resonated from Richard's contemplation, what really spoke to me first was the mentioning of the gene key 50 to be a musical key, or one related to, not necessarily music as in sound, but to frequency. And he told about more gene keys that have this musical quality. I wrote them down because some of them are very active in my profile, and all my life I've been an auditory person, so acoustic. So he said about the gene key 12 and 22 and 59 and 6, 20 and 27 and 57 and 50. So in case you have them, it would be interesting to see if being connected to sound is something that you resonated with too. But today I want to talk more about the gene key 50. So let's explore what 50 has to say. In the shadow state, as you already know, gene key 50 talks about corruption. And what I resonated here, because it's in the same ring, the ring of Illuminati with 44, sometimes it might mean getting a word, a different meaning of a certain word, getting a different vibration of a certain word, getting a different frequency of a certain situation of a word that you interpret corruptly. Maybe an emotion also. Many times I have friends with gene key 50 that sometimes get the information in a different way than it was told, or maybe they speak it in a way that is perceived differently than they would like to be perceived. So it might be also this being lost in translation. You want to say something, but it gets translated in a different way. So yeah, interesting shadow. um, let's move a bit and explore the two words, the gift and the CD. We have the gift of equilibrium, the balance. The word, I stopped for a minute because the word in Romanian came echilibru. So I was like, Romanian English. The balance, and then we have the CD of harmony. And these two spoke very deeply to me, and especially related to the sound. The minute I heard these two words, I imagined the person having the gene key 50 to be that person who, because he enters the room and because maybe the music is too loud, he tries to put the music a bit down so everybody in the room can understand. each other. Maybe many of you went to weddings and you heard the music was very loud and people couldn't really have a dialogue with each other. I imagine Jinky 50 to be this person who makes that balance so people can hear. Either he makes people speak louder or he puts the music a bit down so there is a nice atmosphere. This was the first image I had. Something else that I wrote here and I really liked was the connection with the inner ear. The inner ear, I will post a link in the description so you can study more about it. It's absolutely fascinating. The connection it has also with sound, but also with balance and with such a subtle connection to keeping balance in our life. It's a fascinating process, and I would invite you to study it yourself because the miracle of discovery is something that I wouldn't like to, it's something beautiful in discovering something that surprise you have when you discover new information. I had it and it was very, very pleasant even for me. So the connection with the inner ear, very nice. I really liked it. And now let's go a bit and explore the cusp and why I chose 50, this gene key to speak about the cusps. I will share my screen because I hope it will be more more clear. So let's see. This is on the beautiful side, the gene key side. There are some resources you can explore, and here you can see 50 goes from Libra to Scorpio. If you have your sun or other planets in these degrees between 26 degrees and 2 degrees in Scorpio, 26 Libra, 2 degrees Scorpio, then you will have this key activated in your chart. And it's a very nice transition. Looking at the astrology chart, my specialty, my love astrology, we can see here, this was the chart I calculated at the moment I decided to make the video. So this is the sun here, and we can see sun is active in the gene key 50, and gene key 50 is between Libra and Scorpio. So the cusp is a term used to tell about this imaginary borders between signs or between houses. And what was interesting for me was this whole subject of the cusp is so discussed in astrology. Some astrologers agree, some disagree, and it's an ongoing process. And I felt it's so much related to the shadow of 50, this corruption, this using of words that not so proper word in the context, and it makes a whole idea be understood maybe not correctly. So maybe we have to find a new word for the ones born on the cusp, because being born on the cusp would mean being like somewhere here. No one is really in the middle. We are on somewhere or another, but people born with this energy of two signs can feel that they are born on a cusp, can feel this bridging energy, this harmonizing energy in them. They are part one sign, or they make a blend between two signs. I'm born like this, and I know people that are born like this. And this continuous dialogue between us that feel these two energies in us and people that say cusp don't exist can be a conflict typical to corruption or misuse of certain terms in astrology. So I wanted to debate a bit about the cusp, because maybe you have your sun in keys like this that are between sign, let's say 50, or let's say the programming partner gene key 3 that is the same between Aries and Taurus, or many others. You can easily see them, 56 between Cancer and Leo, and so on. So it's my invitation to make you curious to explore your chart and to explore if your sun is in such a place and How does it feel for you? Do you feel you have both energies? Don't you feel? It's an interesting concept. So thank you very much for listening to me. As always, I also invite you to explore the Vedic astrology. It's such a beautiful knowing about astrology, and I must say, Jinki 50 activates two of the nicest nakshatras in the Vedic system, Kitra and Swati, both of them being related to beauty and success in public relations and in social relations. And you will see such a beautiful change between Libra and Scorpio. The seductive energies both of them have, but Scorpio comes with a little twist of power. So I invite you to explore them, and thank you for watching, and meet you soon.